What is going on, YouTube family? Welcome back to another episode of Pips and Points. I'm your host, Jono, and I'd like to start by giving a special thank you and welcome to all of my Piptonites. These guys are my subscribers. Guys, I thank you each and every time for my upload and your support. I really appreciate that. And I also want to say a big shout out to all the new guys that just found this channel for the first time. Guys, welcome to the channel. On this channel, we predominantly talk about the NAS100 and opportunities that we aim to take advantage of in the coming days or weeks. Now, it's also important that you know that I'm not a financial advisor and I'm not giving you financial advice. All I'm basically doing is sharing with you how I plan to play the market, and it is upon you to do your own due diligence, your own research to make sure if you are planning on taking positions in the markets that everything makes sense to you, right? Because I do get it wrong. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I make mistakes, and I don't want you guys to be taking my word as is solid. You need to do your own research. You need to double check my work to make sure it makes sense before you do anything. Now, with all of that covered, we're just gonna jump straight into it. So for, say, the last 3 videos, possibly 4, give or take, I've been talking about a potential pullback, right? And it looks like the pullback is happening, right? So we've had 3 days of 3 continuous reds, and this is on the daily chart. So we've had 3 days of 3 continuous reds, okay? Markets will be opening in the next few hours, right? Actually, let me just double check. Yes, market will be opening in the next few hours, right? And I'm expecting market to continue to pull down, right? I'm actually expecting it to continue to pull down. Now, why do I say that? Well, at the moment, if you go to the MACD, all right, you can see the MACD is at an high. So at this level right now, it's at an high, right? So we can see it. Let me just bring this up a bit. So we can see it's at an high, right? But it's also burning out steam as well. It's running out of energy, and even though it is at an high, it is still falling, right? So it's falling. I think, in my opinion, it's going to fall for a bit, and it's going to land somewhere in this region, right? That's the most logical place that I can think it's going to land, right? And if it lands there, it's going to help this structure to make a lot more sense. So if I zoom out, let me shrink this back up again. It's going to allow this structure to have make a little bit more sense. Now, in saying that, right, because of the touches that we've had over here and over here, and the 2 and the 3 down here, right, you could actually accurately assume, right, that price could come down to this level over here, which corresponds with a low of March 2021. So it corresponds with that low, right? So we could actually drop that far down to give us a new lower low. But the main thing that I'm actually taking from this whole situation right now is this overall structure that we have, right? This overall structure. Because what tends to happen with this shape, right? It doesn't happen all the time, but in most cases it happens, is that you get a break to the upside, and it's actually, and in most cases it's quite violent. So what you have is, you might have something like this, okay? And then it could come back to retest either this level over here or this level over here, and then blast off like a rocket to this high over here. All right. So if I was to assume anything right now, if I was to assume anything, right, in regards to the overall structure, I would say market is likely to pull down to 12.31.8. That would be an assumption that I would make. But at the same time, market could still pull down to 13.008, right? Or it could begin its uptrend from 13 72.5. All right. So in the coming days and the coming weeks, right, there's a lot we need to keep an eye out for. But the main one that we actually want to watch is price breaking above this level, which basically means that this is the next target. The next target, and that is the high that we all want to see it broken. And that high is 16.56.5. So if it pulls back to this level, all right, I personally think it's going to pull down to where I've drawn my levels right now, because now that I'm looking at it again in the few days have passed since I last did the video, I'm seeing it's more likely to go that low. And I'm also using the MACD, so I'm making an assumption based off the MACD and the market structure to say that price is most likely going to come down to around these levels. All right, now the most important part that I need to impart onto you is that what I'm saying is not set in stone. It doesn't mean because I said it, it's absolute fact that this is what is going to happen. Okay, as a matter of fact, it could start its retracement back to the upside from tomorrow, Monday. It could do that, because say for example this MACD, what we're looking at, MACD could actually stay in the green, and if it continues to stay in the green, it will push up. But however, if we get a MACD cross, okay, it's going to confirm the structure that I've drawn over here to say that it's got a lot more pushing down to do, and that we should be waiting around this level, around this zone right here. So let me just draw a little box out for you guys. So around this zone right here, I'll just say from here, around this zone is where we should be waiting, right? That's just an opinion, okay? That's just an opinion. So I'm saying that for the new guys I've stumbled across the video for the first time, that this is just an opinion. All right, the guys that are subscribed, they know how I do things, and they know how we analyze the markets, and they know how basically the information I'm trying to convey across. So it's just for you guys not to make no mistakes or an assumption based on what I'm saying, right? So this is where I'm most likely going to be waiting. All right, so we've gotten that covered. Now say for example you turn around and you said, you know what the hell, I want to get in the market, and I want to get in the market now, right? So as soon as market opens, you want to jump in. Well, this is what I would say. You would need to have the overall trade structure something along these lines, right? Which is, let me show price labels. Okay, comes up as red. Can I change the color? Stop color, lines, visibility, just bear with me a moment. Alright, I can't stop it from being red, so let me see if I can hide all of these. Oh, it all goes away. Alright, so we're just gonna have to do this the old school way. So your entry is market price, whatever market is. The main part is the stop, right? So your stop will need to be, actually I got it here. What am I doing? Okay, so your stop would be this right here, right? Stop level 15,436.18 if you want to get super precise. Of course you want to get super precise. Okay, so that is it, 15,436.18, right? That will be your stop, and your take profit would be 12,365.60. What you're looking at is this right here, right? This little fake little cell that we put on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this little cell on right now. We're just going to leave it on and see if market does what I said, right? See if market does it, right? And this is going to be for the next couple days. It could be a while, depending on how violent the swing is down. So we're looking at this move to continue for a little while. And like I said, I'm trying to catch this on its way up. That's all I'm trying to do. So it's either I'm buying down here, right? I'll take TP over here. I'll wait for pullback. It lands around here somewhere. I'll buy some more, right? Because this second pullback will confirm that this structure will break, right? And I've already seen the first indicator to say that this wants to be an uptrend because of this break above the highs right here, right? So I know eventually price is going to return back to this level and go beyond, right? So I'm going to leave this little sell here as it is, and we're going to see how it plays out in the coming days and weeks, right? So if I was going to sell, this is what I would do, right? But I'm not selling. I'm not actually doing anything in the market right now. I'm not in the market at all because I'm waiting for my setup. And my setup is either happening down here or I'm going to catch it above this trend line. Those are the only two outcomes for me right now. I'm not trying to catch anything in between here because I need a solid confirmation of the direction of where it's going to go. These 2 pointers right here gives me a solid confirmation that structure is about to break, and if I catch it here, I would have caught it at the perfect level, in my opinion, right? So hence why I'm just gonna wait. Now, everything I've said, does it have to happen? No, it doesn't have to happen. It can do something completely different, and that is something you must bear in mind. Okay, it's something you must bear in mind, because believe you me, I do. There's God knows how many times I have to rejig my technical analysis because it didn't work out how I thought it was going to work out, right? So that's the gems for today, and today's Sunday, so market is going to be opening soon, and when it does, these are the moves that we're hoping to see, and hopefully it's going to go our way. And like I said, anything around this level, you're getting it at a bargain. You are getting it at a bargain price. Like, I cannot stress that enough. Like, literally, it is a bargain. And what you're going to get in return when it does is push to the upside, phenomenal. So in my opinion, like I said, and I'm going to keep saying it, right? This move above this trend line, okay? And bearing in mind, we're looking at it on a daily. So this whole thing to come back above this level is going to take a while. It is going to take a while. So let me just time it, right? Wow. Okay, so it's basically saying October 2022. All right, so I think in this case I might be taking different types of positions. I might actually be selling the market. Like, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. October, who's got time for that? Right. So yeah. So literally, that's what I think. And I'm looking at this on a daily because right now it makes no sense for me to be looking at this on a 4 hourly unless I'm actually looking to jump in, because right now, in my thinking, we're aiming for the big gains. We're aiming for situations like this. Do you know what I mean? We're looking for 31.62% gains in one move. That is what I'm aiming for. I want the big E, the big one, right? And to get the big one, sometimes it means you have to sit on your hands and just wait. So now that we know that situation is saying that, according to my drawings, right, that it could be October. Hopefully it's going to be a lot sooner than that, but it could be October that we get the push to the upside. I might have to consider how I'm actually going to play around in this area, but we'll talk more about that in the coming days and weeks. We'll talk more about that in the coming days and weeks, right? Because I only want to be taking one position, which is buying to the upside. I don't actually want to be selling the markets right now in regards to the NAS. I actually think it's a bad idea, and we should only be looking for buy opportunities. And buy opportunities right now is seeming a bit steep, just because the market has proven itself to become a little bit somewhat challenging. So now we have to work for our food now. It's not like these days, like the good old days back here, you know what I mean? The good old days, like this was when anyone could have done it. Anyone could have done it, and they'll be telling their friends, look, I just made 400 pips. I just made 500 pips. Now, guys, we have to work. Market's gone into a downtrend. Everybody's hoping it's going to go up, and because they're hoping it's going to go up, they're putting buyers at the wrong positions, which is easily done when you're a newbie. Like, I'm not there to discourage anyone from this. You want to do this because the more you do it, the better you become at it. The better you become at it, the richer you become. It's just that simple. All right. So, with that said, I want to thank you all for giving me your precious time once again to watch another episode of Pips and Points. I hope you found the information useful. If you did, please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification, leave a comment. As a matter of fact, drop a comment where you're watching this from. Alright, drop a comment where you're watching this from. I want to see how far around I'm watching people are watching from, or if you're local, you're in the UK. Either way, I want to know. So don't be shy, just drop a comment, tell us where you're from. I'll appreciate that. And yeah, so guys, I want to thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me your precious time to watch this episode of Pips and Points. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And for now, this is Jono signing out.